Alright, I'm gonna try this again, you guys. I just I just did it, but when I got out on the road, my phone went crazy, ended up in the floor. I don't have one of the phone holders on my dash. Got you propped up by my chicken purse my sister gave me, and my wallet, by the way, is empty. I went to a women's retreat last night. Look, I don't have time for this vehicle in front of me going so slow. I gotta make it to church. Devil's been trying to keep me from going this morning. I woke up and of course hurting, and I've heard people say, well, when you wake up hurting, you know you're alive. So thank you for that blessing. And Keevan said, well, you don't have time. I don't have time to make it to my cousin Michelle's church, which is Redemption in Opelika, but I have time to make it to my church, which is Revenant, and my pastor Amy. So that's where I'm going. There was a blessed time last night that I got to go to a women's retreat, and it was from 4. I got there early, but it was from 4 to 8:30 or 9, I think. And I right there at the end, I felt like crushed up Pepsi can. And I hate, I never look at my phone when I'm in church. That's not something I do. And I really felt guilty about it. And I was about to send a message for Kevin to go ahead and come get me. I don't like to night drive. I don't have really great night vision. Kevin would say I don't have good day vision to be driving either, that I can't drive. But so when I looked in my purse, he had already sent me a message, are you ready for me to come get you? And part of me felt defeated, but I think it might have just been 30 more minutes. And yes, I felt defeated about leaving. However, going to a women's retreat, there was some of the most beautiful music. When you get a bunch of women in church and they're all singing, it's such beautiful music to the Lord, I tell you what. And the speakers, the messages they shared about their lives. And when we broke up into groups, as there was just 5 of us. Very intimate group. And we took they took prayer requests and explained a little bit about themselves, and then took the prayer request. And each family had cancer in their family, and another one had a lot of she had a family that was full of trauma and they needed deliverance, and there was cancer there. And then the next woman, I call her girl, I've known her a long time, when she spoke, and then when the next person spoke, and I sit there and I told them, I said, well, I really don't have anything. I said, I'm okay. I said, I'm really at peace for the first time in my life. I'm not worried. I said, God has my daughter. God has my son. God has my husband. And when I, asked prayers, of course, for my daughter, and then I said, there's not really anything bothering me. And when I got to the point of my grandchildren, my heart broke. And the woman beside me spoke over me. She said, God says you're holding something back. You have unforgiveness in your heart. And I said, I can't think of anybody. And then that's when I talked about my grandchildren. And that's when I become vulnerable. And that when I do think of my granddaughter, I have a unforgiveness that will well up in me. And I push it down, any other time. But it's always there, and I have not forgiven. I have not forgiven. And I just broke, and I said, what have I done in my life that I can't be part of my grandkids? I said, my granddaughter. I said, what could I have done? I always wanted to be a nanny like my grandmother was to me. I wanted to be a grandmother. That was one of the most important things to me. And now I can't. And so in that, God showed me. He revealed to me where the unforgiveness in my heart was. And most of the time when you're unforgiving to somebody, or you're angry, or you're upset at somebody, they don't know. It's only affecting you and your walk with Christ. So it was very much of a blessing last night, and very revealing on what I need to do with my life and how to move on from last night. So yes, I woke up hurting this morning. And I was tired, and I told my husband, I said, well, if we don't go this morning, will you go with me tonight? And I had this thought. Who do you love more? Who are you putting first? Me or your husband? That was number one. That I said, I told my husband, I said, I'm going to go get ready for church. He wanted to get him something for breakfast. So I rode with them, and we come back. I said, I'm going to go to church. He said, you don't have time. I said, as soon as I get home, I'm going to. And so I got dressed, and I went to look for my Bible, you guys. And I could not find it. I was walking around in my, I don't even know, the craft room, YouTube room, I call it different things. And I knew I had seen it the other day, and I was looking for it. And I was just sitting there looking around and around and around, and I was saying, shame on me. Shame on me that I can't find my Bible. Shame on me. There's a lot of things spiritually that I need to fix. That I need, like it was said last night, to get in my prayer closet and cry out to God and fix what's wrong. It is a very intimate thing for a person to fix what's inside. That's when it's between you and the Lord. It's not between whoever, spoke a word over you. There's times God will use someone to speak a word over you, but we're supposed to pray and have that one-on-one with our Lord so that He's able to, we can learn His voice. So there is a lot that I need to do. I need, to start back studying my Bible. I need to not lose my Bible. I like touching and holding my Bible. So I'm at church, and here I am. Got to get my face in order, you guys. But, when you are a Christian, people think that, well, I got saved. Everything's going to be fine now. There's nothing more that I need to do. When you're on this earth, in this worldly body, every day, there's something that we can work on. There's something that we can do to reach out and love on the Lord like He loves on us every day. I love those of you out there, and those of you that have been with me for all these years. Oh, I just had a verse of the day.